Okay, we just start doing the A.
Okay. So A. So we got the clearance lights. Those are clearance lights. They're properly secured. Amber color. They're not cracked. They're not. And they're all the bulbs work and they all work. The hood. This is the hood. The windshield. It's not cracked. No damages. No illegal stickers.
Okay.
The hood is closed and tightly latched. It's not going to come up.
Okay.
The mirror is properly secured with brackets and bolts, and it's set so I can see where I'm going. The headlights, blinkers, so right blinker, low beam and high beam headlights. The glass is clean, the lights work, and there's no water inside. Over here, left side blinker, low beam and high beam. The glass is not cracked, they're clean. And always working. The front bumper bar, it's properly secured in place. There's no illegal welds and there's no cracks. And no cracks, no dents. License plate properly secured, not broken, and correct date, and license plate number is on there.
Okay.
And then we would open the thing.
Okay.
So we continue on. This is the alternator. Alternator is properly secured. All the nuts and bolts are present. It's not cracked or damaged. And all the hose and wires are properly connected. And they're not broken or damaged. Next, the water pump. The water pump goes right here at the end of this hose. The water pump is connected. Oh, alternator. The belt is properly secured, and there's no more than 1 inch play. No more than 1 inch play at the center of the belt. Water pump. Water pump is properly secured, bolted. It's not leaking anywhere, and all the hose to the water pump are properly secured, and they're not leaking anywhere. There's no cuts or abrasions in any of the hose.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's go on the driver's side.
Okay, coolant containers, properly filled. It's filled, properly secured. All the nuts and bolts are secured. There's no cracks, no damages. It's not leaking. The cap is properly tight, and all the hoses are properly secured. There's no leaks. There's no damage, and there's no abrasions. Air compressor, air pump. Air pump is properly secured, properly attached. All the hoses are properly connected, secured, and they're not leaking anywhere. Oil is right here, engine oil. It's always nice and tight, closed. To check the oil, I would take the dipstick out, wipe it, and then put it in and check it again. It's secured. Next is the power steering fluid. The container is nice and tight, properly secured, mounted. The cap is on nice and tight. It's not loose. It's filled up to where it needs to be filled up, and the hose is properly secured, and the line is not leaking anywhere. Windshield washer fluid. Windshield washer fluid is properly secured, properly tight. The cap is on tight. It's filled up properly, and the hose and the line is connected, and it's not leaking anywhere. It's very important to check under the truck. Under the truck, check for leaks and any water puddles or anything else. Next, we have the steering. This is the steering rod shaft right here. It's nice and straight. There's no bends on it, no illegal welds, no cracks. The cross is connected. It's properly connected, properly secured, and it's greased. Gearbox. This is the gearbox. It's properly connected, properly secured. All the nuts and bolts and mounts are in place. The pitman arm. The pitman arm is nice and straight. There's no cracks, no illegal welds. The pins, no damage, and the pins are correctly in place. It's correctly attached. Okay, the drag link. Drag link is nice and straight, properly secured. properly connected. The pins are nice and tight, connected to the steering link. Okay, suspension. Suspension right here. The absorber, it's connected properly, it's straight, it's not broken, no illegal welds, no cracks or anything else on it. The leaf spring is properly mounted, properly secured. It's not cracked anywhere, and it's attached by U-bolts and U-clamps.
Okay, that's the U-bolt.
U-bolt and U-clamps. It's also connected to the axle. Axle is nice and straight. It's not bent anywhere, and there's no illegal welds on it. Okay, brake line. Brake line is right here, connected to the brake chamber. The brake chamber is secured, and it has the clip that's clipped on. It's secured to the push rod and slack adjuster. Slack adjuster, push rod and slack adjuster. The slack adjuster has no more than 1 inch play when we apply the brakes. We continue with the brakes. Inside the drum brake, it's properly connected. All the nuts and bolts are in place. There's no cracks and no illegal welds on it. The brake pads are right here and right here. There's no less than 1/4 inch of brakes, and they're properly connected. There's no oil or grease or water in the brake pad. The tire on the inside is connected to the rim. It probably has a proper seal. The inside the rim is not cracked, it's not sealed, and there's no illegal welds on the rim. It's properly sealed to the tire. Bring me to the tire. Front tire should be no less than 4/32 of an inch. Same manufacturer, PSI 90 to 95 PSI. We will check it with a gauge, and there's no cuts, abrasions, or nails or bubbles anywhere on it. It cannot be a retread. It's connected securely to the rim, the seal, and the rim is not cracked, no damage, no welds. All the lug nuts are in place, and they're properly secured, tight. They're not missing, and there's no rust around the lug nuts indicating that one of them is loose. Hub seal is connected correctly. It's not leaking. All the bolts are in place and secured. And then the
PSI difference?
Yeah, PSI 90 to 95.
90 to 95?
Yeah, 90 to 95 depending on the manufacturer. And this is
the air.
Huh? Oh yeah, air stem. Yeah, air stem is nice and straight. This is where we will check the air pressure and add more air if we need to. It's not touching anywhere. It's nice and straight. And that completes A.